All right,
video.
I'm back again with Rory. We've got another Genshin video, trying something a little different this time. We're gonna watch the 1.6 update video that they premiered today and talk about it as we go through it. So let's get started.
Let's go.
Master Jean, I want to ask for some time off because I want to go somewhere.
Oh, speaking of which, I still have a promise to keep to Klee. Those fish won't blast themselves.
I got a terrible, terrible letter and need to go to a certain place. Dodoco is very important to me. I won't lose to Dodo King. Coming along to the
So
place
it's obviously
so
the summer
romantic.
update.
It has something of the
Yes.
unknown about it and seems to have its fair share of dangers.
Okay, we'll pause here.
Sure.
So right off the bat, I am incredibly surprised that we are getting a whole new area that is not Inazuma. Because, like,
Yeah,
what else can this be?
I don't know where it's going to appear either. Do you reckon it's going to be in Leeway Sea, like kind of coastline, or
I think it's gonna be,
or do you reckon it's
you
going to
know
be a
how like on
Mondstadt area?
the like the beta map of
Yeah.
Teyvat, Inazuma is kind of like to the south of Leeway.
Oh,
I think
you
it's
reckon
gonna
it'll
be a
be
little bit
south?
north of that, like in the
Okay,
ocean.
so like kind of southeast Leeway
something to fill
area
in.
off the coast.
I think it'll be like kind of east northeast of Leeway, and like kind of east
Okay,
like south
okay, yeah, I can
southeast
see
of Mondstadt.
a
Just
kind
to
of
like fill in that
borderland
area of
area.
the map. I can't like surely this can't be like a
Also,
temporary location. That would
yeah,
be
no,
a
I
crime.
don't think they put the entire effort in of adding a whole area to the map to have it temporary and just go away
Yeah,
again.
because I'm looking at
That's
that
not
they
how
have
they've done anything.
they have a chest here, like an exploration, like you kill the things and you unlock the chest. So
Yeah,
I'm shocked that like summer event aside, I'm shocked that we're getting a new area, another new area, which is like I'm incredibly excited. But
yeah.
let's keep going.
Just a continuation. At the beginning of that video, did Klee say she received a letter to come here?
She did.
Okay, so there's going to be some Klee backstory then. It might be from someone who knew her mother, or maybe even her mother. So we're going to get some sort of story quest with Klee, I'm imagining.
There's some little hints in there, but we'll talk more about them later.
Okay.
And yet, the mystery is all part of its beauty.
I need to bring Jumpy Dumpties, Dodoco, and myself. Let's go!
Oops.
Now this part,
Hang on.
yeah.
So, we get a boat in this.
Yeah, it's more obvious and slightly later into the video, but it seems that you get control of this boat.
For a number of
that you
different
see.
activities that we'll talk about. But I just want to.
Yeah,
I think that these two towers looks like a checkpoint, right? I'm not crazy.
yes.
So
No,
this is
they
obviously
are
for
clearly
boat
there for a.
races.
Yeah, there's clearly going to be some sort of waypointed activity, assumedly a race or a time trial.
And from the survey that they sent out today, they were looking at like racing PvP activities.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, They said PvP non-scored activities, which
like
could not be.
non-combat stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
that's
which could not
definitely
be
gonna
more
boats.
evident. And a boost. And it has a gun.
Yeah, there's a little bit of some of the activities. I think these are mostly just like the mini games from the actual event, more so than like
Yes.
the island itself.
It's also interesting to see the summer outfits on the Holy Sisters, as everyone's
Yeah,
calling
so I
them.
guess we can talk about that now that as everyone predicted, they are adding outfits to the game, starting with Jean and Barbara so far. that
I'm
have
quite
been
interested
revealed.
that they started with Jean and Barbara. I know that they're amongst many other characters fan favorites, and I suppose as sisters, it was the easiest one to kind of. I suppose it just kind of fitted with what they were planning.
Yeah,
They've probably thought, well, we want a Klee event, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
and who would go with Klee? Well, Jean would go, and who would go with Jean? Well, definitely her sister.
I've heard
So, I
different
guess-
people saying on the prices that these will be. Some people said it's like $20. Some people said it won't be. I know that Barbara's is free to obtain through event, like the event.
I feel like surely they'd be sold for a primo-gem value rather than a
Well, they have
monetary
that
value.
that fancy premium, that other premium currency, the Genesis
They've got the
crystals or whatever.
crystals. Yeah, they've got the
That's
crystals.
probably more
But
likely.
that could also be the case, although
Regardless, I mean,
yeah,
it's there if people want it. I guess I can't see myself really
yeah.
picking up.
It just
very many.
depends whether you can earn it for free after an amount of time, or whether you'd have to
I
reach
know
into your.
Barbara's is free. I doubt Jeans will be free.
I feel like they might be trying to get some money here, so I guess it would be
Oh, they
either
might be.
crystals or well, just crystals, or just a straight cash value, either one.
Klee doesn't have any shoes on.
Yeah, but I feel like they won't change her outfit for that. Like, Klee skin. What's the difference?
Flame, you have finally arrived. I've waited far too long. You dare face me. Though such courage is admirable,
Mysterious
but it is
phonograph.
now meaningless because...
Although the audio is poorly spliced together.
Yes.
Ah, this dude's cool.
Yeah. He's also definitely from Inazuma. I'm just gonna say
yeah.
that.
A samurai guy?
Yeah,
Hell
with
yeah.
a katana.
He does the Omaima Moshinderu thing.
Yeah.
You're already dead. With the sword and the katana and the
It'd be interesting seeing the Mondstadt
boss
gang
looks
versus.
so cool.
He does look pretty cool.
When the vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away.
Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents, and hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again.
If I just pause there for a second.
Yeah, I was gonna pause. So
When a vision bearer dies, the light from their vision slowly fades. That isn't at all ominous.
well, that's lore that we already knew. That like when you
It
die,
is, but it's the fact they decided to mention it.
Yeah, well, I
Like,
think this is getting
there will be a
the
reason.
Inazuma story.
I feel like it will, yeah.
Do we want to say anything else about this new enemy before we move on? Let me try and get a good frame. I mean, he looks cool. I forget what his name is.
He looks cool.
He's a
Yeah, I
cool
don't know his name
mask.
either off the top of my head, but he looks cool. It seems to be in some way linked to Klee or Klee's mother in the way that, would. There's something going on with that storyline as to why Klee is so important, because even with Mona's quest ages ago, it was hinted at that Klee is important in some way.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how far into that they go.
Yeah. So Baido's finally getting some screen time. I know a lot of people are happy about that. I think this is I think we're in Inazuma now.
Yes, I believe we are.
I don't think this is going to be an event. I think this is a story quest. It'll be interesting to see. So I think it kind of ties into how Baido allows us to get over there. If I had to theorize, she makes us win this like arena thing, and then she's like, "Okay, I'll take you." But I'm glad to see Baido get some screen time.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time,
Who would win? Cool vision equipped super god or like
Level 90
pirate
C6
dude?
traveler or some random dude with a sword.
He doesn't even have a sword. He just has his fists and his feet.
Oh, bless.
getting a vision to glow again.
Your opponent is new to the clash, but he has quickly become the dark horse of
Oh,
the
dear.
tournament.
The vision is missing.
So we'll talk
Vision.
about Mr. Guy in a second. But this is an Inazuma vision, if I had to guess. I like the.
I would imagine so. It's a different style to ones we have seen before.
It reminds me of Pokemon badges. You remember ever like looking at them?
Yeah.
You used to have
Yeah.
them and they had all the cool designs. This one looks like, I think it was from Sinnoh. There was like the rock one. I think that reminds me of it. No, the rock one was triangles or something. No, the rock one was a hexagon in Sinnoh. I don't know what I'm talking about, so we'll move on.
The sounds of nature turn into a clamor of noise during stormy weather.
Wait a second. Wait, pause.
What?
That leaf. Is this our first Dendro character, do you reckon?
He is Animo.
Oh, he's anime. Oh, I was going to say, I saw a
Yeah,
leaf.
you can see his thing right there.
Oh, well, yeah, true, yeah.
He does have a
That's a
maple
shame.
leaf motif, though. Do they have maple trees in Japan?
You're asking questions I don't have the answer to, lad.
The winds are coming.
Okay, so we'll pause.
Leaves
This dude's
pursue
name
wild
is
waves.
Kazuha.
Kadahera
Kazuha. I think
Kazuha.
he's just going to be known as Kazuha. He's like a samurai.
Yeah, well, if it was going to be Inazuma, it was always going to be at least one
I
samurai
quite like
class.
his design. I think we're gonna get like new styles of weapon, not new like
I
classes,
think so as
but
well.
like
We're
swords that
definitely
look
going to
like
get katanas. Yeah, we're definitely going to get katanas.
There'll be swords, but they look like katanas.
It's a very red character for an anime character.
I
They're
really
usually
like it, though.
relative. They're usually like a kind of greenish shade or neutral
I
colors.
I dig it.
I
though.
no, I like the design. It's just very interesting to see red on someone who isn't Pyro.
Yeah, I guess we'll see more about him like a little bit later on, not in this
Yes.
preview at least. Looking at his thing, these aren't maple leaves.
No, those
This one looks like the big devil's lettuce down here. I'm not gonna say it for fear of being demonetized, even though the music on this probably already has it copyrighted. Oh well. Scarlet leaves. There you go.
Clouds high. The birds come! In the outset, supposing each of the 7 Archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro Archon now doubt these criteria, or even the act in and of itself? There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. The void.
I have no idea who this is talking, but it's not the Electro Archon.
Yeah, no, I don't recognize it.
Also, here's Bido's ship.
Just behind the mountain. Yeah.
Yes. It's not the Crux. I did some looking into Bido, her lore earlier. It's what's the current one called? It's not the Crux. I do know that.
Voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip.
I'm gonna pause again. So he's talking about like the trip to Inazuma, which I assume will all be like quest stuff. It seems to be Inazuma here in the background, at least the mainland. So there's like some mountains and stuff. What do you think this little floaty thing is?
Yeah, I do see that in the distance. It could be move the master sec. It could be the sails of another ship, or it could be another like rock, kind of just.
It's something.
Well, it's very hard to tell. It's very small.
Part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love this. Yeah, you get a gun. You get a cannon.
Yeah, battleships. So you can shoot the Illichos. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, who knew a naval mode was coming to Genshin of all things? Okay. So you can launch out of it.
Okay, hang on. Oh, he's a robot!
Mechanical monster.
That is what the foundries make. They make mechanical samurai. Oh, that's so cool.
It's subordinate of the Dodo King. Okay.
So, Magu Kenki, I'm sure that means something in Japanese that I am not privy to. Humanoid automaton of unknown origin. So they are robots.
I assume that's what
they're not made by Conria though, because that's not their
foundries.
Style. Maybe using the technology though, but it's probably made in the foundry. There's a little island up here, I see. It's got some new icons on it. I can't really make out what they are because this is so small. Let's see. So you can just bomb dudes now.
They haven't shown any of the Electro Traveler yet, which I assume there will be.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I mean, you get one for each zone.
Hold on. Okay, this is Animo Traveler.
Yeah, that's Animo Traveler.
And this is one of the other events. This is like volleyball or whatever. But it also says that Albedo is on the island because he is also part of the storyline. He's kind of like her surrogate dad, I guess.
Yeah, he looks like she calls him Big Brother, I think.
Something like that. Kaboom Ball Combat. I see they went for the Mortal Kombat naming scheme. Okay, I kind of like moved through these the first time I watched this video. So.
Oh, is this they're talking about a domain.
This is like
a
combat domain from the looks of it. Challenge the 2 of them. Dual Magu Kenki. That
was what they were showing when they showed the official was fighting in that domain. there were 2 of them
Okay,
in
so
that
this
bit.
is just like a combat domain. That's fine.
Yeah,
guess.
the first one was like the big Geovisat. The second one was the water dude.
Ah, so
And
they can take on
they
different
can.
elements.
Yeah, I was going to say
Interesting.
they seem to be able to adapt to inherit elements, just like the Geovisats can,
Do you think the
or the big
Electro
ones.
Archon is like putting visions into these things?
That
That's a weird,
that
like,
is
left field theory. I don't know
it.
why. I just
It
came to
it
me
could
though.
well be. I mean,
Because we know
I'm
that
not
she's
saying it
not
is.
giving them anymore.
From what they're suggesting, it could well be the case. She's saying she doubts giving humans visions,
And
and considering these are of Inazuman origin, and
because
she is the leader, you
she's the
think?
Archon of like eternity or whatever, right? And
Yes.
the little description of these said that like they might last for like 1,000 years, which is like, I'm just thinking like she don't trust humans anymore, so she started like giving visions
To machines that would
or
follow her
taking them
orders.
from people to give them to her mechanical armies because she doesn't trust anyone else. If that turns out to be right,
That would be quite interesting.
that would
Yes,
be amazing.
it would probably also explain why the land is such a dark place, or at least large parts of the island,
Yeah, I wonder
as
if
we
at the
saw in
end of
other
it, like
adverts of evil.
you'll either like usurp her or convince her to start giving out visions again. Because otherwise, it's like, well, how do you
I
add
feel like
new characters to Inazuma that did not exist
yeah,
before this
I
happened?
don't know. Assuming that she would be a character you can add to your party, which has been the case so far, I would find it hard to believe you would usurp her,
Well, not like
because then
yourself, but
like
like kick her out.
or just in general, if she's if she's usurped, she can't just be struck. I know there's a kind of disconnect between the characters in your party and the world around you, but it would if they were usurped, they wouldn't be hanging around in Azuma. I feel like it's going to be more of a
I don't know. If it's,
peaceful ending
I
than
don't
that.
know. I kind of like theorizing and not like reading all the people who like figure this stuff out instantaneously.
Yes, no,
Because
yeah,
it's like
far
I'm
easier
sure I
to.
could browse the internet and people have got like, oh, this is exactly what's happening. I've cross-referenced like 17
Yeah,
different
they're probably
sources,
going to
like,
have
this
read
is
every
exactly what's
book in the
happening.
game, and
And
like
it's like,
it's just far easy.
cool.
It's far nicer to just craft your own theories
But
and
like,
be.
yeah, I like
know.
going through, like, as the story unfolds, I can just be like, oh, this might happen, and if it does, it does, and it doesn't, it doesn't.
It's like if you've looked that far into it that you can spoil it for yourself, it's just not worth. It's
Yeah.
just
Also, we've
experience
been
the
kind of
story.
ignoring these, but frankly, I don't think there's much to say. It's just sort of a little preview of the mini games. Oh, so this must be
Little
like
mini
the,
games
um,
or something.
this is like the regional collectible, I guess, just like
The echoing.
just like
functions.
Animoculus and Geoculus and the Crimson, whatever it's called. Do you think this
Collection of
region's
the
part of
echo.
Inazuma?
What, the Midsummer Island or?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they would add. I don't know if they'd tease us with like a portion before
Yeah,
adding the
it seems
actual
weird to me,
nation.
but I can't think where else it would go. Otherwise, to be like,
I think it could. I think it would just be something that's kind of within even Mondstadt or Liyue's sphere of influence, but not like.
yeah,
I
they
don't.
might
I don't think it'll
retcon
be
it at
part of
some
another
point.
nation. I feel like they wouldn't add part of a nation before adding the rest of that nation.
Yeah, they might retcon
Yeah.
it or something to be like, oh, and I don't know.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Anyway, that's the update preview for 1.6.
It was interesting because a lot of people were theorizing that 1.6 was going to be Inazuma, so it's quite interesting to see.
Surely they wouldn't add
an event.
They would not add the event and the new region. That would just be too much.
No, they'll do one. I mean, a lot of work would have gone into this.
Even though people,
Yeah,
like,
no.
how dare you not want them to add everything instantly? It's like,
Yeah,
I want it too, but I want time to like kind of enjoy everything, you know?
Exactly. There is a lot to this 1.6, even though this isn't Inazuma.
This is the biggest
as far as
event
we
that
know.
they've had so far, easily.
Yeah, they've given you a whole new craft. First of all, you have a boat now. I don't know if that's only within events or if you get to use it in a kind of more your own way, like a gadget almost.
Be in the event.
I think so as well, but it would be cool if you got it as a gadget or even a smaller boat, just rather than that. Because if it's an archipelago of loads of islands, you don't want to be swimming.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. That's true.
But hopefully in
Gone
some
are
way,
the days
or
of
if
using
not,
Kaya to cross long distances,
long
above
distances
water
of ocean.
for any other
yeah.
reason now, except to do it because why not?
Nostalgia.
People are gonna look on this stuff in like 5 years and be like, "Those savages!
Damn.
They had to walk across the water with Kaya.
Yeah,
We just have our
jetpacks
rocket
now.
jetpacks now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instantly go everywhere."
it just molds into GTA 4.
Oh God, no! Let's not even go there.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited. The probable first introduction of like skins, which opens a floodgate. New
We all knew they
Craft,
were
which
coming.
again, yeah, we did, but I mean, it's good to finally see it. Possibly New Craft, or at least the
New
mechanics for a
transportation
new
method.
craft. Lots of new events, a new space to explore amongst everything
I think
else.
that's my favorite part. I just love new
Yeah,
areas.
I just like new
hope
areas. Yeah,
I
exactly.
very much hope that it stays after the event.
There's no way they'd get rid of it. Sure, that it's too much effort to create a whole new part of the map to only have it available for
Yeah,
like a
like a
month.
domain is one thing.
Yeah, a domain is like it's just a room at the end of the day. Like they're not too. I can't imagine they're comparatively hard to make
Yeah.
as opposed to a whole new island with like mountains and like
I just like areas to
instances of
explore,
like
man. It's fun. I love
yeah.
exploring in this game. I just did it the other day, and I'm like, I still have fun doing this.
Yeah, just exploring, and it's nice to have another story. Well, maybe not a story, but a lore quest. We're learning more about the characters and about Klee and about the
Yeah.
world. Just in general, it's just nice to see
Yeah.
new and it looks quite refreshing, to be honest. Like new stuff.
This is like the jolt in the arm I think it needed, because it's been like we've had events, we've had events for the past few months, but it hasn't really been like, not since Dragon Spine was added has there really been like, a slap to really get people like, to get me to be like, okay, we're like doing stuff again now. Like it's not just the events and the daily stuff. It's like new substantial content to do. And that's what
Yeah.
makes me really excited.
The daily grind is, kind of necessary just to keep progress going, but it's also it
I
can
said
get
it.
boring.
Yeah, I said it when Dragon Spine released, but it's like this is the kind of stuff that like rekindles and reminds me why I got into this game. So I'm
Exactly.
incredibly
Yes.
excited to experience that once again.
Like it's the growth of a world that we've come to love. Is just nice. Like
I
existing in
feel
the
sad for people
like
who get into this in like 5 years, because they won't get to
yeah,
experience it as it grows. They'll just all be there.
yeah. I suppose the level limits on quests will help them like
Sometimes, but like
kind of
even the
almost
events,
experiencing it, but
like
even then,
the first time they come around, it's like a big thing.
yeah, and like the first time a character is released, they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, Jean, she's like one of the OGs," and like, so they just know all these characters already.
Yeah.
For us, it was the first time seeing them, and it
Yeah.
was
Now we
all
sound like
new and
old men
shiny.
or something.
We do
We
sound
should
like
probably
old
cut this.
men.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
All right, see you guys.